Big Red 3 to enter again with this Destination X review. Okay, so we started with the opener, the 4-way ladder match. This was great. This had a lot of great spots in it. They had good psychology as they kept climbing up the ladder, kept trying to win the match. Really, really fun. 4 stars. Awesome, awesome, awesome match. And, okay, next week, Daffney versus Tara. Unlike the last match, had a lot of great spots. This was actually a pretty decent women's match. You know, I liked it for the most part. Had some very good submissions by Daffney. She really got recognized for her talent in this match. Thought she was used very well. Thought these girls had a pretty decent little match. You know, not much I could really say about it. 2.5 stars. Pretty enjoyable. Next we got Brutus Magnus versus Rob Terry for the global title. This was great booking. This match was a good minute long. And it just ended. And I don't have a problem with it. I'm giving it an NA. I thought it was very short. I thought it was meant to be short. Further the feud. I think TNA knows that Rob Terry's a horrible wrestler. But I think they continue to use him anyways. I mean, look at all his pay-per-view matches. They've all been like a minute or less. And you know, I don't know. I can see why they didn't give him the X title. I mean, I'm pretty sure they did not give him that briefcase just because they thought in the future this would lead to a breakup of the British Invasion. But it might have been. I'm not TNA. I don't know, but I doubt it. But yeah, this match was nothing really. Next we get to the match of the night. And oh my god, was this a great match. The Ultimate X match. The Guns versus Generation Me. Nah, I can't put the video clip in now, Chase. But this match was great. So many great spots. Again, continually climbing up the thing. I mean, I had a problem in the middle of it. I thought it was kind of too spotty. I thought they kind of hit the spot, got up, hit another spot. I completely forgot about the X. But then, you know, Ms. 2003K made a good point saying, well, they're getting their asses kicked when they climb the X. Do you think they're going to climb up continuously? I mean, they know if they climb up there, they're going to get destroyed. So why don't they just, like they climb up there, and there's a good chance they could really fall and get hurt again, and they don't want to suffer that much pain right now. And then, you know, as soon as I didn't really like the point at first, but then I realized after they did the spots, when they started climbing up the X, that's when the match was over. I won't spoil who won, even though you guys probably know. So it was a pretty decent little point, but I loved the match. There were so many great spots, so many great action, some pretty good psychology, some innovative spots from the Young Bucks that I've never seen before, and whenever I say that about a Young Bucks match, that's a good thing. Great Motor City Machine Gun tag team action. Really, 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 really liked it. And I'm gonna give the match 4 1/4. I really thought it was that good. Might be overrating it. I don't care. I thought the match was awesome. So the first half of the pay-per-view is pretty good for the most part. We have a great opener, a great Ultimate X match, we have a pretty good women's match, and then we have a well-booked squash that furthers a feud. So, you know, it's good stuff on the opener. We were all going like, wow, this pay-per-view's been really good. And then as CDU9590 said, quote-unquote, the show is now going to take a swan dive into the Grand Canyon. And then after the next match, he said, excuse me, through a black hole. Because the next match was The Band, or The Outsiders, or Wolfpack, I don't know what they're called. I'm just going to put Scott Hall and X-Pac versus Kevin Nash and Eric Young. Okay, this match was okay for the most part. You know, it was pretty short, but it was still okay. Like, you know, they did some things, you know, they did some decent little wrestling here. Scott Hall wasn't even that bad. I thought it would be a lot worse. He wasn't as out of shape as I thought he would be. He was sober, I think. But, yeah, you know, he didn't have a bad night. I mean, he was barely in the match. For what he was in, I thought he did a decent job. And, in the end, you know, X-Pac got in some good offense also. I thought he did pretty well. Nash did okay. I mean, it's still a Nash match. But, oh, hold on a second. There we go. But I still thought the match was pretty decent until the fucking ending. Eric Young comes out with Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash looks at Eric Young, gives him a jackknife, then puts him out, tags him in, brings him in. X-Pac gives him an X Factor. Scott Hall gives him a Razor's Edge. They both pin him. They all celebrate. They spray paint Eric Young, and then they sign the contract. Then he was too dragged out, and it was awkward in parts. And the announcers fucking killed it. The announcers didn't sell it at all like it was a big deal. They said, Like, as soon as Kevin Nash kicks him and gets him ready for jackknife, like, oh, now what's he gonna do? Now he's gonna hit him with the jackknife. Not, oh my God, Kevin Nash, what is he doing? Or obviously not to that effect, but still, I thought the announcers did a very poor job, and the match wasn't really that good to begin with. I thought it was only okay. So I'm gonna go a star and 3/4, a star and a half, around there. I did not really like it too much at all, actually. Next we get Doug Williams versus Shannon Moore. This was pretty good, I guess. You know, it was very short, but for what it was short, for how long it was a lot of fun. They did a lot of great spots. Here's my problem with it. The match ends, and yes, I'm going to spoil it. Doug Williams takes a brick, and hits Shannon Moore with it. Now, we've seen bricks being used many times in wrestling. Some of them, I think, kind of make a small amount of sense, like when people hit people with objects and there's bricks inside of them. Edge did it with Benoit in 2006 in the Last Man Standing match, and Shelton Benjamin did it with Viscera with Shelton's mama. But really, this was just pointless. It was like under the ring, like he just goes under the ring and he grabs a brick. When has a brick ever been used in TNA under the ring? So he hit Moore with the brick, and then he cuts this amazing promo saying that the X Division shouldn't be about high flyers and spots. It shouldn't be about just flying circus acrobats. It should be about technical wrestling. And the crowd starts booing him. Catch-can wrestling. The crowd starts booing him. And then he takes some lipstick from a woman in the crowd, probably like his wife or something, and draws it all over Shannon Moore's face and says, "That's makeup. Isn't that beautiful? That's what you flying acrobats want." That was awesome. That was all sorts of awesome. I really like that promo. Because of the promo, even though the match was really short, I'm going to give the match 2 3/4 stars, 3 stars, around there. But yeah, that promo was just so... Like, I legitimately do not like Doug Williams. Like, not just a mark. Like, even as a mark, I want to see Doug Williams get beat in that ring. And isn't that, like, the ultimate goal? God, I love that so much. Yeah, I'm going to give it 3 stars. Really, that promo saved it. So yes, then we get Beer Money versus Hernandez and Matt Morgan. I didn't like this match too much. I thought it was kind of boring for the most part. I missed parts of it, so that rating is not accurate. That's what it says, not an accurate rating. Probably rewatch it tomorrow, and then when I rewatch it, I will put the real rating in. But that should be the real rating. I did this with Genesis. I did this with Dragon Gate USA Untouchable, so I'm going to do it again now, even though I saw most of the match, so it's not that different. I don't remember anything from it, but I remember seeing most of it. That's just kind of boring in parts, not that long, and I didn't like the ending. I missed it. I saw most of the match. I completely missed the aftermath. From what people tell me, Morgan and Hernandez won, and Morgan turned heel. Huh? That's weird. And that's not very good. And the match was very boring from what I saw. I didn't like it that much at all. I'm only going to give it 2 stars, 2 1/4 stars. But hey, like I said, it's not really an accurate rating. I still missed parts of the match, so. But still, I didn't like it that much. Next we get Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson. Okay. This match started off very boring. Very boring. And I don't know why. Like, I know Kurt Angle was like praying like he was pissed off at Kennedy, but he didn't really show off the aggression as much as he should have. And like they kind of did what Cena and The Miz did, where Miz like attacks Cena and Cena just no-sells it and says, "Do it again." But here it was even worse. I thought they're already on the same level. In fact, Kennedy has beaten Angle and bloodied him in the past. So it didn't like how like Kennedy would go for a headlock, Kennedy would push him off, push him ground knock, like, "Is that all you got, son?" But anyways, the match, it was like that for a while. It was really boring. Kennedy still has not adapted to a non-WWE style. And then they skip the build of the match, and then they just go straight to doing all their finishers. And then Kennedy cuts a horrible promo at the end where he's saying, "You'll remember the name, Anderson." Why? Why does the feud need to continue? Kurt Angle won. Yes, I'm ruining it. He got his medal back. But like Kennedy had a chair, threw the chair away, and then got the medal. Kurt Angle took the medal, bloodied Kennedy with it, and then beat him with an ankle lock, which was weird. Why was the ankle lock needed? So it was, and the promo was god awful. Why does the feud need to continue? 2 1/2 stars. Did not enjoy the match that much. Thought didn't follow good wrestling. Next we get to the main event. I really don't want to talk too much about this. The match was going along fine until in the end, Abyss chokeslams AJ through the ring. Hogan comes out, gives Abyss the title. Flair comes out, says it's not Abyss's title. Hebner steals Abyss's title, leaves, and then they take Ric Flair in the ring, spray him with some mace, and then they throw him in the hole with AJ. It was really awkward. I don't know what the hell happened. And the ref ruled it a no contest. It was stupid. Oh, God. That you want an example of how TNA is like WCW modern days? That's your example. Oh, God. That really bothered me. I don't know what to give that. That really hurt the match for me. I'm going to give the match, I don't know, 2 3/4 stars. 3 stars. Around there. Overall, the show gets like a 7.5 for me. Everything that was X Division related on this preview was great. And I really think you should go out of your way to see the first 2 X Division matches. Main event, I wouldn't really. It was going along great. The ending was just like, that's the thing with most of the show. Most of the show leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. Not that most of the matches were necessarily bad. The worst match of the night was probably the Hall and Nash thing, but it really left a bad taste in my mouth. So yeah, 7.5. Still a good show though. Still a pretty good show. Big 10. I'm out, guys.